What was the
Uh,
most difficult discussion you had?
the ones with my parents, definitely, because like they expected me to do what everyone does, and what I did, and this is like a practical tip I would give them.
Welcome today to the Life Talk podcast, the podcast where Chris, your host, take you on a journey, a little journey with a guest. We're going to talk about life design. How are you going to create your own dream life? Today we're here joined by Julian, and Julian and me, we've been friends for such a long time. It's so fun actually to see each other grow, both taking different paths, but always connected. So, Julian, can you tell me a bit about where are you currently?
Yo, what's up, guys? How's it all going? I find it interesting how you mentioned that. Indeed, right? We're all friends a long time into the same things, but taking different routes towards those things. I've been traveling the world for quite a while now. What I'm into now is a lot of personal development, and I'm traveling alongside with big personal development coaches in that niche. I'm helping him out, and in return, I learn a lot from the behind the scenes of how he runs his business. The main point I want to get at is that I am learning in a completely different way for a guy my age. I'm not reading like that many theoretical books and preparing myself for a near future job. I'm literally there as an intern or like as a guy traveling and experiencing the world instead of theorizing.
Julian is currently a coach in training. It hasn't been always this way. Julian, what was the moment that things changed for you?
I very well do. Seemed to be at the time one of the worst moments in my life. Felt like that a lot. That was the moment when I got rejected from Dutch college. I wasn't accepted into that college, and I thought, oh my God, what the hell am I going to do now? My parents want me to go to school. My family wants me to go to school. My friends expect this and that of me. But what I then started to get into is self education, reading books, consuming content, watching courses, all on the internet, live events and seminars in order to educate yourself and doing the things that interest you, basically. Like looking at the extraordinary people in the fields that interest you and that you really, really need in life or that are really useful in life. That was maybe the main switching point.
What can we see you do on a daily basis to educate yourself?
Look at people that are already extraordinary in their field. For instance, sales. One thing I was very interested in right away because it had to do with communication and expressing yourself and knowing how people work, becoming more social. You start looking for the people that are already very good at that, and they oftentimes have courses or books on YouTube where you then look at and start educating yourself. Yeah, you just look at those videos, make a shit ton of notes, try to get it into your head. And then what I did is I went to travel to other countries, and in this case it was Ibiza in Spain. And then I got myself a sales job there and actually implemented all the things and experienced all the things firsthand that those people, those extraordinary people in their fields, tried to teach me via the internet. And that is how I learned, basically.
I must say,
Yeah.
sounds very, very desirable. Traveling and learning at the same time. I bet you a lot of people would be desiring that or jealous of you. But what Julian basically did was he followed an interest. He went online because the internet has vast amounts of information on it. Then he learned the skill and then afterwards sought real life experience in his ticket sales job during his stay on Ibiza.
If you as a listener would now think like, but how do I start this? Like, do I have to quit everything entirely? And isn't that very difficult to speak that out? And I'm afraid what will happen. Well, yeah, that could be very afraid, and it was actually kind of difficult to have those conversations with the people close to me because yeah, you're not just you're not gonna say every day to your family or friends that oh, I'm not gonna do it the way everyone has done it. I'm gonna do it my way, and then everyone will be like, no, or not necessarily. They could be like, oh, okay, but yeah, those discussions might be harsh, but have those
And
discussions
Julian,
because
what was the
uh,
most difficult discussion you had?
the ones with my parents definitely, because like they expected me to just do what everyone does, and what I did, and this is like a practical tip I would give you as a listener, is focus on you. Like it might be sound very selfish to you, but focus on you. What do you want to experience? How do you want to learn? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your interests? And if you find that out, you'll quickly realize that maybe it doesn't align with the people that tell you to do other things. And then you have that harsh conversation with, in my case, was with my parents. And after many nights and conversations, we did get to an agreement. And now, actually, 2 years down the line, they're fully supporting me on my path. And it might be hard at first, but it's awesome right now. It's awesome.
That's truly amazing. And what Julian actually did is that he used his self knowledge, therefore, he used his self knowledge to be very certain about his things and had conversations that were very difficult. But because of this knowledge about himself, he knew his true path. And for you as a listener at home, it's also very important that you know what are your interests and what do you want to do, as Julian told us. So Julian, I want to ask you right now, because you used to just go to college, get rejected actually in the Netherlands for Dutch college, and then afterwards decided to travel the world. You're currently a coach in training, and what is your vision actually? What do you want to achieve in the upcoming 5 years?
Well, for what I'm currently at, has involved a lot of traveling, and I want to continue doing that for sure. However, in 5 years, I definitely see myself living in like a bungalow house, close to a warm area, and like having. Fuck, man, I need to rephrase that a little bit. You can edit this out.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna do that for sure.
So in 5 years, where I see myself is I live in a warm country in a bungalow,
All right.
eating sausages for breakfast. I'm joking around here. Having inspiring people around me, for sure.
I'm vegetarian, so but go on.
Yeah, also having a fine balance, a fine line between giving value and doing hard work, and that it's awesome, but also doing relaxing activities and socializing and having fun and adventure. Those things are also important. And then going to sleep in a very peaceful manner. That would be the vision.
That's an amazing vision. So I know it's a very difficult question I asked you, so I want to make sure I got everything right. Is it that you want to live in a house in a warm country, in a bungalow, be around inspiring individuals and have a very balanced life, but also like a lot of adventure and some peacefulness? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you're getting pretty close, but you forgot the breakfast, man.
Tell me about the breakfast, man.
The breakfast will every morning be a fantastic bowl of healthy richness.
No sausages?
No sausages. I leave that. I leave that up to the girls. No, you can cut that out.
Okay. I'll cut that out, maybe. All right. So, Julian, do you have any last words before you're gonna go away?
Well, I definitely want to thank you, because this is also a big learning experience for myself. Like, well, the last words would be to start this journey. Like, definitely, once you start focusing on yourself, then Be precise in what exactly it is that you want to experience. What are your interests? And don't say like, oh, I want to make money or blah blah blah. Like, be more precise. How much money? In what way? With what people? With what interests? And trusting more in what you want instead of what maybe your parents, your friends, and the society around you wants. Because you don't have to listen to that plan necessarily. You can listen to your own plan. What is your own plan? Those are my last words. And then I would say thank you a lot for having me.
I'm super grateful that Julian was today on the podcast, that he joined us and shared his perspective on education and an interesting life story. Julian, where can we find you?
Where you can find me is Instagram at Julian Steur. So Julian with an A and Steur. YouTube also the same thing. So it's all that, my man.
Thank you so much for listening and tuning in today. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'm gonna see you guys soon in the next episode.
For sure. Have an amazing time.
Ciao.
Ciao.